To the properties of an exponential distribution. Now, before moving on to the properties of an exponential distribution, I will have to explain what is gamma integral. Now, this is something called the gamma integral. That is integral 0 to infinity x raised to p minus 1 e raised to minus x dx. Okay, now this is called gamma p. And if you find anything, any sort of integral function or something like this in of this form, you just remember that, okay, now this is a gamma integral. So what is 0 to infinity x raised to p minus 1 e raised to minus x dx? It is gamma p. Now the notation, whenever I say gamma p, the notation is this, gamma p. Now, where p is a real number. Now, what is actually gamma p? Gamma p is equal to p minus 1 into gamma p minus 1. Okay, now that is equal to p minus 1 into p minus 2. Now, what is gamma p minus 1? Gamma p minus 2. Then p minus 1, p minus 2. Now, what is gamma p minus 2? P minus 3 into gamma p minus 3. P minus 1, P minus 2, P minus 3, and this goes on up to what? Gamma 1. Now what is gamma 1? Gamma 1 is 1 itself. So here there are a lot of things that you have to remember before moving on to the properties of exponential distribution. So in your note, please note down that something of this form is okay. Now this is a gamma integral. Now you have to remember that what is gamma integral? Gamma p. Now what is gamma p? P minus 1 into gamma p minus 1, and that can go up to what? Gamma 1, which is equal to 1. Now, what is this? What is this whole thing? P minus 1, P minus 2, P minus 3, etc. up to 1. What is that? It is nothing but your what? P minus 1 factorial. So, what is in short gamma p? Gamma p is p minus 1 factorial. Now, also there is one more result that you have to keep in your mind. So, you also can also get a form like this, that is integral 0 to infinity x raised to p minus 1 e raised to, instead of x, here I am giving a constant, that is minus m, it can be anything, mx dx, and that is equal to what? Gamma p divided by m raised to p. So if you find something of this form, then it is gamma p divided by m raised to p. Now there is proof for all these things. The time being, you need not study the proof, just study these results so that we can easily calculate or easily find out the properties of our exponential distribution. We are going to find out the properties of an exponential distribution, and first we are going to find out the mean. Now the mean is represented as expectation of x, which is equal to what? 0 to infinity. So in a case of exponential distribution, the range of x is what? 0 to infinity, x into f of x dx. Now what is f of x in the case of an exponential distribution? Lambda e raised to minus lambda x. Okay, now that is equal to, now since lambda is a constant, I take the lambda outside, 0 to infinity x into e raised to minus lambda x dx. Now this is equal to, so see, whenever you do the mean or variance of an exponential distribution, you will get the integral form as like this. So what you have to do is, so that is why I just wrote your gamma integral over here. You have to make this integral into this form so that it will be easy to calculate this integral, or it will be easy to integrate your equation or function. Now you took the lambda outside, and inside what you get? X into e raised to minus lambda dx. Now lambda 0 to infinity, instead of x, now you just compare your x with your gamma integral. What is it? X raised to 1. So over there, what is it? X raised to p minus 1. So you have to convert this x raised to the power into something like p minus 1 or some constant minus 1. Okay, now what is the most apt thing that you can do is x raised to 2 minus 1. Right, x raised to 2 minus 1 is same as x raised to 1. Fine. Then e raised to minus lambda x, when you check over here, okay, now this is of the form of the gamma integral. Now it is fine. Now lambda into, now in this case when you compare, you get, instead of 2, here you have p. So what does that mean? Your p is equal to 2. Now you can write gamma p, so you get gamma p over here in your integral, gamma integral, So here in this scenario, it is gamma 2 divided by, now what is your m over here? Lambda. See, e raised to minus mx, e raised to minus lambda x. So lambda raised to p is 2. Now that is equal to lambda into what is gamma 2? Now as I said before, we know that what is gamma p? It is p minus 1 factorial. So you can write it as lambda into 2 minus 1 factorial divided by lambda square. That is equal to 1 by lambda. So this is the mean of your distribution, or mean of the exponential distribution. Usually it is mu2 is equal to mu2 dash minus mu1 dash the whole square. Now mu1 dash is already found out. You know what is mu1 dash. Now you are going to learn about, you are going to find what is mu2 dash. Mu2 dash is equal to expectation of x square, which is equal to integral 0 to infinity x square lambda e raised to minus lambda x dx. And e raised to minus lambda dx, lambda e raised to minus lambda x is what? Your density function of what? Your exponential distribution. Okay, now this is equal to, I took the lambda outside since it is a constant, x square e raised to minus lambda x. Again, now you are going to do some certain magic over here with what? With the help of your gamma integral. Now here it is x square e raised to minus lambda x. So this part is fine. You know what is m from here? It is lambda. Now what about this x square? How will you change it? Yeah, you can change it by x raised to 3 minus 1. X raised to 3 minus 1 and x raised to 2 is the same, right? So here from this you get what? Your p. Your p is 3. Now this is equal to lambda into gamma 3 divided by lambda cube, which is equal to, what is gamma 3? 3 minus 1 factorial divided by, now the lambda and lambda gets cancelled over here, divided by lambda square. Finally, you will get your mu2 dash as 2 divided by lambda square. Okay, now what is mu2? Now to find out mu2, you can substitute this over here. So what will you get? Mu2 dash minus mu1 dash, which is equal to 2 by lambda square minus 1 by lambda square, that is equal to 1 by lambda square. So this is your variance. Now let's have a look at the MGF of the exponential distribution. So MTX is equal to expectation of e raised to x, integral 0 to infinity e raised to x f of x dx, integral 0 to infinity e raised to tx lambda e raised to minus lambda x dx, which is equal to, I took this lambda outside, integral 0 to infinity e raised to t minus lambda x dx, which is equal to lambda divided by, I'm going to integrate this. Okay, so when I integrate this, what will I get? E raised to minus x lambda minus t. So what I did is I took this minus outside. Okay, that is why I got e raised to minus x into lambda minus t dx divided by, I hope you all know how to integrate e raised to tx. Okay, so I'm applying that over here. So divided by t minus lambda. Now that is equal to lambda divided by t minus lambda e raised to, now I'm applying this infinity and 0 to this. So I'm sorry, here you don't have a dx. Okay, so I'm going to apply the 0 to infinity in this, and I get e raised to minus infinity minus e raised to 0. So which is equal to lambda by t minus lambda 0 minus 1, that is equal to lambda by t minus 1, which is equal to, after a lot of calculations, we get 1 minus t by lambda the whole raised to minus 1. So this is the MTX or MGF of an exponential distribution.